This channel does not promote any violent, harmful, or illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant for an educational purpose only.
Lord, I beg to appear for the petitioner, my lord. But this is my
Appearing
affidavit
for
of
the
service.
WBSSC.
Yes.
My lord, petitioner herein are before your lordships are continued EWS candidates, my lord.
Huh?
My lord, they are continued EWS candidate.
Ah.
The petitioner before lordship, my lord.
Ah.
Now, my lord, she had participated in the selection process of second SLST for recruitment as assistant teacher.
Which post?
My lord, assistant teacher for classes 9 and 10, my lord,
Ah.
under EWS category.
Ah.
Now, my lord, her application for EWS had been rejected by the concerned ADM by an impugned order on 11th of December 2025, my lord. That particular order has been challenged herein, my
Where
lord.
is the order?
My lord, that order is at page 31 of the application, my lord.
31. This time establish the petitioner similarly belongs to
Lord.
Sadhgop community,
Yes, my lord.
which is recognized OBC in the state list. Eligibility for EWS is an extra format explicitly restricted to the person who do not fall under the list of SC, ST, OBC as the petition. Yes. So,
No, my lord, the thing is that, my lord, I have participated in second
but
SLST.
I think yeah.
Dismissed.
Huh?
You have dismissed, my lord. In previous occasions, my lords have been pleased to dismiss.
No,
that
I dismissed. No, now some notices or notification has been issued by the authorities. Yesterday, 2-3 notice have been shown.
Oh, my lord, that I don't. I am appearing for the
But I'm not,
WBSSC.
It is recorded that in the candidates who were having the EWS category will continue with the other for the year 23, 24, 23, 24, 24, 25 onwards also.
That I am
that
appearing.
I'm not.
My lord,
You are appearing for whom?
I am appearing for the West Bengal Central School Service Commission, my lord. Here, my lord, in prayer 3, for prayer A and B, I have nothing to say. Whether the EWS certificate can be maintained or not, my lord, that, my lord, it is for the state to reply, my lord. So far as prayer C is concerned, my lord, it is it is a nature of mandamus such and such, my lord. More particularly, the West Bengal School Service Commission for.
So it's for the state.
State is, my lord, Mr.
Yes.
Bose
What is the status?
My lord, just a minute, my lord. My lord, may kindly take the order impugned.
Yes, I have gone through page 32, 33.
Yes. So, my lord, may I just please watch this? Lord, till
So how you can pressure the government to issue certificate once you are the OBC?
No, my lord. And
What is the ground?
no, my lord, may I please come to the notice?
You were earlier OBC, EWS.
I was a
Now your category has been changed.
No, my lord, during the pendency of this recruitment process, my lord, my category changed in the year 2025, my lord. I was a continued EWS candidate. I had never applied for any certificate at any relevant point of time before the authorities, my lord.
What is your income?
But it's below the.
Where is the income certificate?
But I have the certificates of the previous preceding years, my lord. That's annexed at page 14 and
How
15
the
of the.
category is changed?
My lord, why
Yes.
issuance of the fresh.
So the category is changed.
my lord, may I place this once? My lord will kindly take the impugned order once again.
Yes.
Lord, it says at page 31,
Yes.
second paragraph, may read from accordingly a notice for personal hearing issued with this office number so and so, which was duly served on the petitioner. Next to next paragraph, during the course of hearing, the petitioner submitted that she belongs to Sadhgop community. And a UWS certificate has been issued to her by this authority in the financial year 24-25. She also submitted that for the financial year 25-26 online application, the UWS certificate has not been issued. Thereafter, my lord, kindly takes point number 1. Thereafter, the petitioner submitted an online application for issuance of EWS certificate financial C. It was submitted, my lord, on 4/7/2025. Now, my lord, video notification which was published on 3/6/2025 issued by the Backward Classes Welfare Department, Government of West Bengal. The community Sadhgop stands included in the state list of other backward classes.
Correct.
Now, my lord, once this is done, he is entitled from, my lord, getting this, my lord, certificate, which has been said in the subsequent paragraphs. The said Sadhgop community, however, does not find a place in the central list of OBCs for the state of West Bengal. For, my lord, thereafter, video memorandum number so and so dated 18/5/2023 of the Backward Classes Welfare Department, Government of West Bengal, it was notified that an EWS certificate in the annexed C format may be issued only to those persons who are not covered under the scheme of reservation for SC/ST OBC, subject to fulfillment of certain other prescribed criteria. The memorandum further clarifies that if a person belongs to a community included in the state OBC list but not in the central OBC list, he or she may be considered for issuance of an EWS certificate in Annexure D format, subject to fulfillment of certain other prescribed criteria. The historical status of the Sadgop community prior to the inclusion in the state OBC list on so and so is immaterial for the adjudication of the present application. This authority is required to consider the petitioner's eligibility strictly on the basis of her current community status. Previously, they may have been entitled.
Yes.
Now they are not because of the inclusion of Sadgop community in the list of OBCs. Now, my lord, in fact, the officer concerned, Lord, will kindly take up the last point of page 32 along with the other points at page 33. Lord, I start from page 32, point number 1 at the bottom.
Yes.
It stands established that the petitioner Srimati Nikita Mondal belongs to the Sadgop community, which is recognized as an OBC in the state list with effect from 3/6/2025, that is from last year. The eligibility for an EWS certificate in Annexure C format is explicitly restricted to the persons who do not fall under any of the reserved categories of SC, ST or OBC. As the petitioner is now a member of a state notified OBC community, she is covered under OBC reservation scheme of the state and is therefore eligible for availing an EWS certificate in Annexure C format. The petitioner may be eligible for grant of an EWS certificate in the Annexure D format, subject to fulfillment of specified criteria as prescribed, as her community is not included in the central OBC list for the state of the West Bengal. Now, my lord, the next paragraph, point number 2, my lord. This order shall not preclude the petitioner's right to submit a fresh application for a EWS certificate in Annexure D format, provided she fulfills the other prescribed eligibility criteria. Since, my lord, for the inclusion of OBCs, inclusion of Sadgop community in the state list of OBC, my lord, now it has disentitled the petitioner from getting, my lord, a EWS certificate by dint of, my lord, applying in the format of Annexure C. However, Annexure D, which relates to, my lord, since, my lord, the central, they can apply. This has also been clarified in this order.
Yes.
That has not been done by them.
No, well, my reply to that. But if your lordship kindly comes to point 4 of page 32, they have, by the dint of this memorandum dated 18th of May 2023, my lord, my application has been rejected, my lord.
Correct.
What does it say, my lord? The persons who are not covered under the scheme of reservation for SC, ST, OBC, subject to fulfillment of certain other prescribed criteria. So, my lord, not at any material point of time I possessed any such certificate, my lord. I was never covered under the scheme of SC, ST and OBC. Now, by the dint of the memorandum dated 13th,
Correct. That
3rd
now
of
the
June, my lord,
memorandum has come into force.
my lord, how can they preclude me, my lord, from getting the certificate now, my lord?
Where is the memorandum? Have you challenged the memorandum? You are not coming under the.
But I have challenged this. I have
Where is
challenged
the
the online.
memorandum?
My lord, the memorandum. My lord,
Where you have been brought under the OBC category?
yes, that I have annexed, my lord.
Where is the memorandum?
That I have annexed. Annexed, my lord?
Where is the application?
Plus, memorandum is not annexed, my lord.
So, where is the
But I have-
application that to the authority that you will not claim the OBC and you are not coming under the
Well,
OBC?
I shall give that undertaking before this honorable
What
court.
shall you?
I shall,
Once you appear before the authority, first of all, you not challenge your memorandum where you have been declared as a OBC category, that group. Correct. Second thing, you have not challenged that memorandum. Third, you have not made the representation. Yes, I am not challenging. I am not claiming the OBC, and I intend to continue the EWS.
but
Where is
in
that?
case that liberty is given, my lord, I shall make an application.
But
that I will-
liberty, last occasion, the liberty was given. This court has disposed of. You had appeared before the court, and you have
But on the
admitted.
last option, it
You had admitted before the authority that yes, I am the Sadgop community. So the Sadgop community is
But if
coming under the
my lord,
purview
if
of.
I make that application, they will be rejecting it on the very same ground, my lord. On the memorandum dated 18th of May.
Sir, once a notification has come, and you find that you have been, though earlier you are the EWS, now you have been given as a OBC. Correct. You have not challenged that OBC first. Second, you have not made any representation. No, sir, I don't want the OBC category. I am satisfied with the EWS. My income is so and so, I will continue and I will not claim any benefit under the EWS. That's why the authority, once you have been declared, the caste has been declared under the OBC, then tomorrow you will go to that OBC and you will get the benefit.
So I shall give that undertaking before this honorable court only, my lord. That I will never be claiming any such benefit, my lord.
How? How at this stage? Where is the challenge of the memorandum?
Well, I've challenged the impugned order in its entirety, my lord.
Clarity, where is the memorandum challenge? We have been made as a OBC.
But it's mentioned, my lord, in the impugned order, my lord. That
Huh?
3rd of June, 3rd of
Where is the prayer? Show me the prayer.
my lord, prayer A.
Yes. Have you challenged the memorandum?
But not the memorandum,
Eh?
but this impugned order in its entirety, my lord. Along with the memorandum dated 18th of May 2023, as well as the new state OBC list.
So, that memorandum is not challenged before the authority. That's what I'm telling. You have made a representation. No, you have made me as a wrongly. You have been included your name in the OBC. Have you made this representation
But
to
I
the
was-
authority?
My lord, I had verbally, at the time of hearing, I had verbally told the
Verbally, you
concerned.
admitted. If your word is taken into the verbally,
But
then
what I am
then
not,
you will not be entitled to file the writ application because you have admitted, sir. You had admitted. Can you come to the page 31, fourth
but
paragraph?
I had only submitted that I belong to the Sadgop community. It's an admitted fact, my lord.
Sadgop community. Then Sadgop community had come under the purview of the
But I had
OBC
also
as a-
submitted that I'm an continued EWS candidate, and I will not be
You-
availing any benefit of SC,
That's
ST, or
why
OBC, my lord.
24, 25, you are the EWS. When this notification has come into force,
New
when
state
the
OBC list.
huh?
New state OBC list, my lord.
Ah.
3rd of June 25, my lord.
25. So what would be the financier subsequently? 25, 26.
Yes, my lord.
Then, so that's why can again she also submitted to the financier 25, 26 despite the submission online. So you want the 25, 26 EWS.
Yes, ma'am.
24, 25 you are having.
Yes, my lord.
So 25, 26 EWS, the authorities contention is that once you have been in the category of OBC, so you cannot get the EWS.
My lord, I do not want to avail that benefit, my lord. I have never obtained that certificate at any material point of time.
Yes, I am disposing of. If you want, if we make
But kindly
give an
and liberty-
undertaking, authority will consider.
But kindly that liberty may be given that we shall file an undertaking before the authorities.
If I may say this, just my lord has seen that the authority has already told him that he can apply in Annexure D.
But I will be required Annexure C. She has participated in the second
Annexure
SLST,
C.
my lord.
Not Annexure D.
Then, my lord, if he makes that the application and undertaking, then the authority may consider it in accordance with law.
That I am telling. So I am not setting aside here.
Yes.
So I will give the liberty if the petitioner file an undertaking that he will not claim the OBC category in future and he will remain as a EWS, consider and pass appropriate order.
Yes.
If the authority considered in his favor to issue the EWS certificate, otherwise.
Yes, my lord. If I give that undertaking, my lord, kindly the certificate may be granted in my favor, my lord. Now, no, my lord, why I am saying this, my lord? The document
So you
verification-
do one thing.
Cannot be
You
done.
go to the ministry, get an order of appointment of SDO in my name. I will go and sit in that chair and I will issue the OBC
Well, kindly
certificate.
But a
give
junior
it.
member is trying
Ah,
that.
but
That
kindly
is the
give an order.
appreciable part. That is good enough.
That is why
Sir, I am
Yes, yes.
I am direct. I'm giving a liberty to make a representation to the before the SDO and Assistant District Magistrate. And if application is filed, the magistrate will consider the undertaking whether you will, if he will not claim the OBC in future, whether you will be entitled to the
Yes, my
OBC.
lord. Kindly that observation may be
If
given.
you will entitled to OBC, then take appropriate step for each one.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
my lord, may I kindly take your lordship's leave here?
The petitioner has challenged. The petitioner has challenged the impugned order dated 11th of December 2025, issued by the additional district magistrate within bracket development Jhargram, wherein the request of the petitioner for grant of EWS certificate in annexer capital C format is rejected. On the ground that the EWS certificate in annexer C format is explicitly restricted to the persons who do not fall under any of the reserved category of SC, ST and OBC. It was further observed by the additional district magistrate that the petitioner is now a member of state notified OBC community, C is covered under the OBC reservation scheme of the state, and as such, she is not eligible to availing EWS certificate in Annexure C. However, the Additional District Magistrate has rejected the claim of the petitioner for issuance of the EWS certificate under Annexure C. But given the liberty, but it was also clarified that the order passed by the authority shall not preclude the petitioner's right to submit a fresh application for EWS certificate in Annexure dash capital D format, provided she fulfills the other prescribed eligibility criteria. Full stop. The number next. The contention of the petitioner in the present writ application is that the authority have issued the EWS certificate for the year 2023-24 or 24-25.
24-25 minutes.
24-25. But all of a sudden, by a notification, comma, the petitioner has been brought under the category of OBC. But the petitioner is not intending to continue with the OBC and intending to continue with the EWS category. Full stop. The authority has considered the request of the petitioner and found that as per the notification, the petitioner is coming under the OBC category in the state list, and thus the petitioner is not entitled to get the EWS under Annexure C format. Consider the submission made by the counsel for the petitioner. Peruse the Learned counsel for the state submits that the authorities have given a personal hearing to the petitioner, and at the time of hearing, the authority found that the petitioner has been brought under the reserve category of OBC, and as such, the petitioner is not entitled to get the EWS certificate. Consider the submission made by the counsel for the respective parties, peruse the materials on record and the impugn order. Admittedly, the authorities have issued the EWS certificate to the petitioner for the year 2024-2025. But in the meantime, a notification has been issued by the government wherein Sadgop community is recognized as OBC in the state list with effect from 3rd June 2025. It is also admitted that the petitioner is the Sadgop community, and thus the petitioner is coming under the OBC category in the state list with effect from 3rd June 2025. Now the petitioner submit that he will make an submit that he not intend to continue with the OBC in the state list, and he intend to continue with the EWS category. In view of the above, the petitioner is given liberty to file a necessary application with an undertaking before the Additional District Magistrate Jhargram with an undertaking that he will not claim any benefit under the OBC category if an EWS certificate is issued to the petitioner for the year 2024, 2025, 2026. Continue. Full stop. If the petitioner made any application with an undertaking, comma, the Additional District Magistrate shall consider the request of the petitioner and pass appropriate order. And if the consider the request of the petitioner, and if the authority found that if the petitioner will not claim any benefit under the OBC category, an EWS certificate can be issued, comma, this certificate can be issued in favor of the petitioner within 3 weeks from the date of receipt of this order.
One thing about that order that shall not be, and the order December 20, that shall not be.
That's a recorder.